Good evening, everyone, to Ireland fans. And it's good again to be here on a Thursday night. So much has happened in the world of football, and I'm excited to get deep into some of the talking points that we have for this evening. I know you would enjoy this show because we're still talking about the Euros, and we're going to talk a little bit too about Copa as well. So as you walk through each of these different topics, you're welcome, of course, to throw your comments as you usually do. Your opinions are welcomed here at Island Fans. Make sure you like this video, share it to your friends, encourage more subscribers to be a part of this family. But the question for tonight, one of them at least, is it coming home or is it going to Rome? One of the two. All right. But before we jump into that, good evening, everybody. Jamal, how you doing, man? How's your
Doing
side of
well.
the world?
It's good. It's buzzing right now. Everybody's anticipating it coming home. So they're waiting for a
Okay.
holiday on Monday as well.
Yep. Somebody's gonna get knighted. Harry Kane get knighted something next
Uh,
next week
I,
or something.
I saw
We'll
something
see.
today that they started a petition to change London to Sterlingrad if they win.
There you go. I like the sound of that. I like the sound. As much as I'm a United fan, from an England perspective, yeah, man. Having it named after Jamaican, that's good. That's good for Caribbean people, all the Jamaican people, all the yardie out there. Big ups to you as well. Shaq, you good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I just think
Okay.
that Britain's Olympic team for diving, they're planning to recruit Sterling as well. I think
Oh,
that's the
okay.
rumor.
All right.
That's the
Okay.
rumor.
But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But we have so much to talk about. Let's just get right into it. And again, thank you all for supporting Island fans, all of the fans that are watching this live, and those fans that will, of course, check us out throughout the week. All right. We love your support, and don't worry, we have much more in store for you. So let's get started with Belgium's golden generation well underway. Been through various competitions, being crowned the number one in the world at one point in time. Will they win anything, something, before it's too late? They don't get knocked out the Euros already. I mean, World Cup next year, or are they going to be just another duel in generation that come and go? What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I think the time has passed for them to win anything. It was either the last World Cup or this Euros. And
Hmm.
De Bruyne is 30. Hazard is 30 something too. I think
Yeah,
they're over the hill at the moment.
yeah.
And I mean, even Lukaku's in his late 20s now too. Um,
Vertonghen
yeah,
and Adebayo. I mean,
Alderweireld, Vermaelen.
those,
Yeah,
yeah,
whenever they have
they getting up there.
whenever they have Jason Denier and the other guy in the back there, they look kind of shaky
Hmm.
Oh,
too.
yeah, sir.
Yeah, Boyata.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, yeah.
I do think that it's just over the hill for them, and it was a bit of a stretch.
Mm. I mean, you don't think they have any youngsters coming in that could keep it going? That guy, what's his name? Is Doku?
Yeah,
Doku.
Jerome.
Doku? He
Yeah,
was looking good, man. I gotta say, I think he had the most take-ons or something or the other for the tournament or something, and successful take-on that is, And he looked impressive, and the other Hazard looked good too, and there are other aspects of it that maybe, but I don't know. I think I agree. I want to agree with you to Jamal that maybe just they were supposed to. And who do we blame? If we're gonna blame somebody, Shaq, who we blame?
I wouldn't blame anybody because I have a slightly different opinion on it. I think that they have. I think that because next year's World Cup is so quick, so just around the corner. I
Yeah.
think they can get a good at that again. Just and that would be the last run they can make, in my
Mm.
opinion. When you look at Jamal mentioned the age, and that's true, but they can go again in a tournament for next year. Why I say that? Because you get through your group, you get through a group. Let's say you get a favorable group, you get through your group, and you get a favorable run in the knockout stages. Just like we could say that England had a favorable knockout run as well. And
Yeah.
you never know, things could happen. But
Mm.
I think that they could have one more go at it next year. I mean, if
Mm.
we look at somebody to blame, I know Martinez's tactics in the last World
Yeah.
Cup was
Yeah.
questionable. It's questionable. But this year they had they struggled a lot with injuries. So I wouldn't say blame anybody for this particular European Championships.
Mhm. So you don't think a change in manager is necessary going into the World Cup next season? I mean, go next year. If they change the manager, will
Um,
that improve their chances of winning?
no, I think change the manager at this stage would just it would make them start from scratch again.
Okay. Okay. So they can win under Roberto. They can win under him. It can
I say
happen.
they can't win on the Roberto. That's why I'm saying they're over the hill. For me, even if
Mm,
they change manager now, it's too late.
it's too late. It's too late. Okay.
I mean, like
Yeah.
Chuck said, they could get a favorable run and then
Yeah.
do like England and pull off a 1-0 win here, 1-0 win there,
Yeah.
and then make it to the final. Then it's up to the
So,
players.
so are we saying then, Jamal and Shaq, that England just been lucky twice?
Oh,
I
definitely.
mean,
No, no,
wow.
I'm
So,
not saying
so
that. I said,
what happened to
Josh,
lightning
I
can't strike
said
in the
a
same place twice?
favorable draw. And I say
Yeah,
lucky.
bro.
They still have to go out and win those games.
They
They've been
do.
lucky
They
with the
do.
draws that they've gotten.
Oh
And look,
boy.
I think everybody's been saying that. So the
Come
winner, the
on.
winner of the tournament will come from the other side of the tree, which is the side where
Right.
Italy came from, because they had to come through the strongest opponents. It would be a bit of a letdown for England to just beat all these little teams and then come and win it.
Yeah, but the little teams have been doing some things against the big teams, though. I mean, Switzerland
Agreed.
versus France. I mean, think about it. You go through the line, you see that the so-called little teams, they're not really playing like little teams. I mean,
Agreed,
they
agreed.
playing some serious ball.
But do you think England would have made it to the final if they were on the other side?
If they would have made it, see, that's the thing, man. If Switzerland can knock out three, how come Harry Kane can't do it? I'm just trying to. That's what I have to say. You know, let's move on quick. Speaking of Switzerland in that whole aspect of it, right? What's wrong with Morata? What's wrong with Morata? We don't got our Spain representative tonight, but I'm sure he's gonna have some opinions on this later. You know, and of course, good night to the lovely, very lovely Shakala, and good win here wherever he is. I know you would have loved to be in the show tonight, but he's a very, very important man. So I mean, that's the way it goes. They say Man United City and Arsenal they come. Wow. That's not
I
about
mean,
news reveal.
I'm set the way I said.
I tell you, boy, Drew not make any joke tonight, boy. Lord of mercy. All right. So yeah, let's talk Spain.
Oh boy.
Let me start with this first. Did Spain overachieve? Did they overachieve? Because I was thinking about it and I realized that when you compare this Spain squad to other Spain squads in the past, with the Iniestas and the Xavi, David Silva. I mean, we look throughout the team and it's stacked, Ramos and PK in the back. And you compare it to this squad. Did they overachieve? What do you guys think?
I don't think they did.
Mm-hmm.
We expected them to come out of their group. We expected them to win their group, and I think they did. In the round of 16, they faced Croatia. We would have thought that Spain could beat Croatia, and then they met Switzerland in the next round. They beat them as well. They came up. They came up against Italy. Italy, and
Yeah.
that was a test. That was questionable on their part, and they fell at that hurdle. So I think they got knocked out at a stage where they should have been knocked out. I wouldn't say they underachieved or overachieved. They did what we thought they should have done. Well, at least
So
I thought they would have done.
okay. So they lived up to the was expected of Spain,
Yeah.
But could we make the point though that this Spain squad here could never beat the previous Spain squad of
no.
old?
Oh no way, no way.
If
No,
if you're comparing the two, then this Spain squad overachieved compared to that team.
Okay.
But
Okay. Got you.
If you take
I'd
them
agree.
as
I'd agree.
just this tournament, then they performed as expected.
As expected. Goodwin here says Spain were lucky to win their two games prior to the game against Italy. And the one game they were the better team, they lost. Interesting point. Yeah, I hear you there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Morata. He got a lot of hate, his family, after some of his performances. And, he talked about the feelings of, going on his phone and seeing people want to kill and murder and rape his wife and children and all that stuff. One point, is this expected of just being a footballer? I mean, we don't like it, but is he griping for no reason then? Should he just accept the fact that this is what it means to be a striker for, on that level?
Oh,
Go
good.
ahead.
Jamal, you going?
No, you go.
I think, man, okay, some of these things were over the top, but
Mhm,
you're playing for Spain. I mean, Murat is a high quality player as well.
mhm.
He's played at some big, let me put it this way. He's played at some of the most biggest clubs in the world.
There you go.
You must have, he must have thought, he must have crossed his mind that this is the type of competition I'm in, and there's a minimum level of expectation that's expected of me.
Mm,
If you
mm,
drop below that, and you drop below that in the way that he has done, I think he missed the penalty in the group stages as well.
yeah.
He's missed clear cut chances as well, and
Hmm.
then he missed the penalty. And I have a little. I don't know if I should blame Enrique a bit for letting Morata take that penalty,
Mm,
given that it could have gone horribly wrong for him as it did, knowing that what he faced just maybe a game or two before.
hmm. Mm. So you're saying then that, I mean, you want to give him a little, cut him some slack then. You want to cut Morata some slack then, slightly.
Cut him some slack, and I'm questioning the management.
The
Maybe I'm going
management.
too
Okay.
far. The
Okay.
management of
Okay.
Morata. Of
Uh-huh.
course, as managers, you have to factor all that in.
Hmm.
I just think so.
But I wanna bring this point. Jamal, you can jump in here too. When he was from Real Madrid, okay? And what I find so interesting about Real Madrid fans, they're one of the few set of fans that boo their own players. I just don't understand that. I don't know how you boo your best players. It makes no sense to me. But hey, them, all right? So what I found is that when they were booing Cristiano and stuff, Cristiano be like, okay, if you boo me, we go score a hat trick. I mean, that's just how it is. Where you have to say, no, I'm going to shut you up even if you're my own fans. But I feel like wherever Morata goes, he just get a whole ton of hate. The man at Chelsea, the man get hate. Atletico, the man get hate. Real Madrid, the man get hate. I mean, Juventus, the man
Mhm.
get hate. Spanish team, the man get hate. Is he not playing well enough is the hate justified? Is he not good enough? And if he's not good enough, why do they keep picking him? That's the
Exactly.
thing.
Why is he always on these big clubs, going to the Champions League and
Exactly.
playing in these
Right.
big games? If he's not big. If he's
Playing
not big.
in the big games for the biggest clubs. He
Exactly.
keeps
I do
getting
think.
picked. But yeah, there's so much hate.
I think because he doesn't take as many chances, like he could have been top goal scorer of like many games,
Good.
many tournaments, many leagues.
Hmm.
I
Anyway,
think
right.
because he doesn't take all these chances and he takes so many chances to score, people
Hmm.
just get frustrated and take out their
Hmm.
frustration on him. Whereas a player like Ronaldo, yeah, you boo him, but then he still scores goals. You boo Morata, Morata's gonna score 1 out of 3
Ah,
and
okay.
miss a penalty. So maybe I do think he lets that get to him. Maybe he's not
Mentally.
mentally strong as other players,
Hmm.
say
Hmm.
Ronaldo or whoever else, or even Diego Costa. Man, he just turns around and boos back the fans.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think he's he's mentally resilient like that, and I think he lets that get to him.
Mm.
Going back to the hate that his family is getting as well,
Yeah.
that as a footballer, it shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Like no one should get
Shouldn't happen.
abused just because you're
Nobody.
performing wrong. Not even wrong, like you're underperforming on a big stage. But it's football, and at the end of the day, people will, abuse you
People are gonna
regardless.
troll. People are gonna talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could be Ronaldo, people abuse you. You could be, some unheard of footballer in third division somewhere,
Mhm.
people will abuse you. So
But
it,
he
it
started
comes with
he
football.
Jamal, he started talking about I'll bring you back here. He started to talk about how he can't sleep at night and the man is sweat and that kind of stuff. I'm wondering, is this the first time you got trolled? I mean, you've been playing football forever now. I mean, I'm just wondering, I'm not again. It's never happened to me. Maybe if it did, I would have done the same thing. Who knows? But maybe more you can chime in on this. I mean, at what point do you just like mentally just put it behind you that they threaten my family, they threaten everything. I just take it in the chin, go out there and just play football.
I, I don't know when. And that's the
Hmm.
thing. Everybody's different because, like you said, you don't know if you would do it, but then you
Yeah,
think at some point you could say, okay, this enough is enough. You
yeah,
know, whatever they're gonna say in the news. Look at Sterling. Sterling's like, whatever they say, I don't care anymore. Shut
yeah,
out the hate
yeah.
and performs on the pitch.
Hmm.
But when he shuts out the hate, can he perform on the pitch
True. That's good.
consistently
That
as
good point.
you know?
Good point. Takes a certain
So
kind of level of mental strength to
yeah,
still perform on the pitch in spite of what's happening off of
what's
it.
happening behind? Yeah.
Definitely. Good night, Moidem. How you doing?
Good night, good night, good night. I'm good.
Awesome, awesome, great. Let's get to the next question. Bonucci, Chiellini, or Chiellini, if you want to be Italian. Are they world class? Are they world class? What are your thoughts on that? Yes or no?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. In my opinion, I think they are,
I agree.
Are they
especially
world
over
class?
the length of their careers.
Okay, so based
Usually,
on
when we throw the word world class around, we're talking
yeah.
about some 26-year-old who's done it for 3 seasons, but they tried and tested.
Wow. Okay. I heard that one, yeah. But yeah, they've been playing for a long time. So are they world class together or individually? Which
Um,
one?
Uh,
I'd have to say individually as well. I mean, even
yeah.
Mhm.
what was it, Bonucci left and went to AC Milan, and Chiellini was still doing his thing.
Mm.
And then he came
Uh-huh.
back, and the two of them are still good together. I mean,
Okay.
they're getting on in age now. They're both in their mid 30s, but
Hmm.
you know, as solid as a rock going back. You know,
Okay.
that's what
Devil's
it is.
advocate though. Devil's advocate here. We have made the point before though that uh sometimes can you really say that someone is world class if they have been tested in another league? Okay. Um Not to say that Messi isn't, but made the point that we've talked before about how the game has changed, especially the speed of the game. Benucci and Chiellini don't have a lot of pace. One could make the claim that they probably wouldn't survive well in the Prem. Yes or no?
I
Yes.
mean,
No.
Everybody's looking at me like, what are you gonna
I mean,
say?
I see where you're going with this, but then at the
Mhm.
same time, I have to disagree because
Oh, go ahead.
all the leagues you would say are top because they're the top five leagues in Europe, and
Hmm.
whether or not they're not at the level of toughness as the Premier League, we see
Hmm.
these players doing it over and over again, even self
Hmm.
doing it on the international stage also. So
Hmm.
I'll just have to
So you tell
give
me,
them.
bro. You tell me, bro, right now. If City decide to get Benucci and Chiellini and put as your two starting centre backs for the season coming up right now, that you would concede less goals than you did last season. That's better than Stones and Diaz.
I mean, with age probably has an effect on them right now,
Hmm.
but they could still do a job if you put them out there to do.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not saying, but I think even self during the whole Italian thing, it wasn't. I think it was three of them. It was Bonucci,
Hmm.
Chiellini, and somebody else until when they had the old three
Yeah,
back system.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Can't
about.
believe the other one is.
Hmm. I asked that question because of the fact that these guys are old and they're doing it still, man. They're still doing it. Definitely.
If,
Shot.
if I could just make a point, yeah, Josh. The reason why I would say that they're world class is when we look at them, even as a pair and individually,
Hmm.
usually the team that they're on, they make deep runs into these major competitions, at club level and even internationally. I mean,
Hmm.
Italy is, they usually in and around the mix of in these tournaments, and
Hmm.
I would say that yeah, it's because of them.
Mm. I didn't plan to say this, but I mean, like when you look at the Italian team as a whole, they have all good players. But why aren't more people talking about Immobile, and his ability to score goals? And even if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Insigne, if you pronounce his name correctly,
Yes.
he,
Yeah.
yeah. Why are people more talking about these guys? Their performance so far for the Euros suggests that they're better than people would think they really are. And Are we sleeping on these guys or not?
I mean, I could pick out a couple of those Italians who has been good this season. Look at
Mm,
Barella. He had a really good season for Inter.
yeah,
Insigne, he's usually up and down with Napoli. I mean, maybe a
yeah.
good, maybe a 6.5, 7 out of 10. Um, in the seasons for when he's at Napoli. Who else is there? Chiesa, he had a good run
He did.
with Juve this season. And we talk about Verratti and Jorginho. How
Hmm.
I think Jorginho has been solid
Hmm.
throughout this tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you could and look at the goalkeeper.
yeah,
Donnarumma has been making some
yep,
excellent
yep,
saves in this tournament. So I mean, you look at them, and maybe this is what sums it up. The spine of the team is really good
hmm,
when you go from the
yeah,
goalkeeper go to the forward line,
yeah,
and they have a good
yeah.
manager too. They have a good manager
They
as
do.
well.
They do. Yeah. Permitini Sapignon, Jimoy, that was the guy you were trying to think of earlier on. All right,
Yeah,
here we
but
go.
all the old
Yeah,
man them again.
yeah. All right. Let's go. Let's go a little bit talking about penalty kicks now. In the Copa and in the Euro, the team kicking first has won the shootout. Is there some sort of maybe psychological or tactical advantage or disadvantage in kicking first? What do you guys think
Psych,
about that? Or just
psycholo-
coincidence?
so no, I think there's a psychological advantage of going first. Um, then you have it on. You put the pressure on your opponent to say, if you score first, to say, okay, now you have to score. Because if
Right.
Hmm.
you miss, then I'm already 1-0 up. It's an advantage to me,
Okay.
right?
Okay. I see your point.
I think that's also why UEFA trialed and tested this
The
system.
ABBA thing.
Yeah, where they let you take two penalties and then the other team takes one and then you take two more, something like that.
Right.
Mm. Okay, okay. So again, remind me, guys, how you decide who kicks first? Is it
Flip
is
of the coin.
The coin
flip of the
toss.
coin?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get a coin toss to see which end and a coin toss to see who goes first.
Okay. All right. Well, let's say I really hope that the finals, end up in penalties. I want goals, before that, but I just hate penalties with a passion. I've
We
always
want a
hated
4-4,
penalties.
4-4 extra
Yeah,
time.
that's what I want, man. In the last minute, winner, man. That's what I want. I don't know penalties, man. Penalties doesn't know the heck out to me.
Why
Especially
though?
I'm sure I've been scarred, brother. When I was in college in my junior year, I was in a penalty shootout, and we lost. I scored my penalty though. That's why I said that. Right? But still, though, I just have these feelings of tension. The whole stadium is there watching you, and you're running up to kick this thing, and you miss. It's the most demoralizing thing ever. I mean, you feel like
It
you
is
alone. You
I
mess up everything.
yeah.
It's an
it is
awful
it is a
feeling.
pressure pack moment. It is a pressure pack
Ah,
moment indeed.
I
Especially I don't
hate
know.
penalties.
I've been the designated penalty kicker in some of the games I've played, and that's
Mm,
extra pressure on you.
yeah,
When somebody say, okay, you know what, we bringing you on to take penalties, and then in your mind, wait, you bring me on to take penalties. If I only miss, that means you bring me on for nothing.
that's true.
So,
That's true. Why did I bring
like
you
you're
on?
wasting
Yeah,
time.
yeah, boy. I know, but I guess it has excitement because I'm home here stressing out about penalties. Imagine these professional players coming up to kick. And crazy. I think somebody said it's like a 70% chance you will score, and there's a 30% chance the keeper would save it. But I mean, if we said anything about penalties so far, is that we hold to the penalty miss. Which brings the next question: what's the best? Who's taking the best penalty so far? Uh, what are your thoughts on that? Who's taking the best penalty
You
in your
mean
What
mind so far?
person or team?
Person, individual, or at least the best penalty taker you've seen generally. You can throw this in
Oh,
there too.
team. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say maybe like Mark Noble. I think he's solid when he steps up to the
Mm,
spot. From my son, yeah, that
mm,
guy.
I would I
yeah.
would probably give like James Milner because he has been excellent from
That's
the
a
spot
shout.
also.
That's a
I
shout. That's a
mean,
shout.
I'd like only maybe you can probably count on your hands how many penalties He's probably
Yeah.
missed them.
Okay. Cristiano scored a lot of penalties. I mean, he's missed some important ones too, but I mean, he scored a lot of penalties, you know. And as of late, Bruno's been making a lot of them. But when I look back at like United history, Ryan Giggs, and strange enough, he says he takes it in the same spot every time. You know, so you would think that in their research, you would know where he's going, you know, but he just
Ah.
says it's crazy. He always
Yo, that
go
penalty.
low, bottom right in that little, you know, that is not, we call a little gap there between, in at the back of the goal, the side.
The
The
side
Side
net.
side
check.
net.
Yeah, he
Mm.
says everything hard, low, right in there. That's what he does.
Yeah,
You know, so you think as a keeper, I just gotta get there. You know,
yeah,
but
but it's tough to get there.
I know, right? And it's
I,
tough to
I,
keep
I,
putting it there.
I said on when I was watching that Italy game, I thought that that goalkeeper should have known that Jorginho was going to go that side.
I know,
Jorginho
right?
usually
Yeah.
goes that side.
And he usually skips. He and
Yeah,
Bruno have this
Yeah,
skipping
I don't
thing
know why he was
too.
moving for. All he
Why?
had to do was ask
I
Leno how to stop Jorginho's penalty. Oh,
Ooh, there we go.
mhm.
There we go. Yeah, Arsenal people jumping in with this stuff. Okay. Which player's stock would you say has risen throughout the Euros? Like gone up?
Saka.
I'd suck definitely. I was just talking to an Arsenal fan yesterday. I was saying, you know, is Saka looking good there? So he's instant starter next season. But I was gonna say Shaqiri. I said Shaqiri,
Shaqiri to
his stock has gone up. Definitely should
Okay,
start
Pedri.
for Liverpool.
I would disagree
Pedri as
with
well.
that Shaqiri one, Josh.
Go ahead,
Why?
big boss.
Because
Yeah.
he does this every major tournament internationally.
Yeah, and he
Every
start
major
go
tournament,
up.
he
And
balls, he balls
he go
out,
back down. He go back down
and then
after.
go club level and he look like a normal player. Shaqiri is
Yeah, I know.
unplayable on the international scene.
Because you have to carry the weight of Switzerland on his shoulders. You know, that's a
Maybe it's
tough
a
weight there, man.
motivation from Shaka. Maybe. Maybe.
Yo, Shaka real captain for you.
Um,
When that kind of captain me love, boy. We like that kind of captain. In your face, loud, get it done. You know?
I mean, you know
Go
what?
ahead.
I would say Spinazzola. I think Spinazzola
Yes,
really,
Spinazzola
Yeah.
as well.
really
Yeah.
shone.
I
Really
just
shone
read
this
his
tournament.
bio the other day. I didn't know his background. I didn't realize the man go through so much. Yeah, I know he was playing for Juventus at one point. I didn't even know that. Yeah, he was there, but he
Follow
played
him
like
much.
30. He played like 30 games for them, but had a lot of issues with injuries and stuff. So then
Yeah,
he
So,
had kept saying on loan. Eventually they sold him, and he ended up at Roma, where he ended up now kind of just revitalized his career. But don't give up on people, man. They tend to come back and
shout,
bounce back.
shout out to Pedri too.
yeah, Pedri. Pedri has probably been
Stats.
one of the best players in the tournament.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. His pass completion and not just backwards and sideways. I'm talking
Yeah,
forwards,
Sideways.
creating things. And
and
what
he's
I
got
what
to
I saw
drive as
too.
well.
Good.
Like
We
he
said,
drives with the ball. He's got to drive like Iniesta
oh
used to.
Right.
yeah,
That's
he
yeah. That's
does.
it. Yeah.
There is a lot of Iniesta vibes coming off of Pedri for real. But what I saw was crazy too is that after he's done with this tournament, I think he's gonna go and play under
For the
23,
Olympics.
The
Yeah,
which is
Olympics.
crazy. I
yeah.
mean,
And
this dude,
he's played what 30 something games for Barca this season. So
yeah.
by the time he's finished this season, it's like 60 something games he'll be playing.
Yeah, he's gonna end up with a crazy
Big thing.
IQ. La Mesa product again, boy. But you know who came to my mind? Damsgaard. I
Yeah.
didn't realize this boy so young. 21 boy be
Yeah.
there. I look boy be.
He
I
looked
can't. I
well,
mean, legit though. He played for where? Oh, I had the stat. I should have pulled it up.
Is it
Ah,
Atalanta? Is Spain? No, no. My goodness, I saw it the other
is
day.
it Italy? He played. I'm pulling
I
it.
think
He
Sampdoria.
played.
Sampdoria.
Sampdoria.
Yeah.
Yes, I knew he was in Italy. Is it, yeah, exactly. So yeah, I didn't even know he played there, but I'm saying though, he's had a good tournament. He's had a very
Yeah,
good
he's a
tournament.
fantastic tournament. Yeah.
Even outside of that goal there, which I do think Pickford could have done better with, but still though, the pace on the ball
Yeah.
and the accuracy to get it on target though, he hit it with such confidence. I mean, I think his stock has gone up, man. I might even get a pay raise next time you go back. Say, hey,
Yeah.
look, y'all see what I can do. Y'all see what I
Yeah.
can do. Anybody come to mind, more? You know?
Uh,
Sterling.
I would have to agree with the Spinazzola one.
Hmm.
That I mean, you would tend to give Patrick Schick a little rise in evaluation too because of the
Good point.
goals he had.
Good point. Especially the half line
So,
one. That was a pretty good goal.
yeah, but
That was
I
good.
still think he'll just probably be Renato
Mhm.
Sanchez after the Euros.
Mm.
Oh,
That's
oh.
bad. Renato had a good
I-
Euros too. Renato has had a good Euros.
No, no,
I'm,
I'm not. I'm just saying that because okay, see, like how Renato, we knew Renato from the
mm,
Euros, and then
yeah,
after he had like a dip. I think that's be
yeah.
Patrick Schick. Because even said
Okay.
before, you didn't even really hear anything from him. He's just as he
Stats.
got, there, and then he's back down there.
Yeah. Speaking of
Yeah,
that, Arsenal people may hear y'all looking at Renato Sanchez. True.
yeah. Why not? We looking at
Yeah, I
everybody.
want him.
Told you, bro. Told you, bro. I'm just shutting
I
my
hear,
ears out to all these
I
rumors.
hear, no, but I hear y'all actually. I know Jamal don't want to hear this, but the Ben White thing look done. He finished.
Oh,
He coming
no,
for
no,
real.
no. I heard we put in another bid today. So
Yeah,
that's
that's what I heard too. I heard that look like it just a matter of time, man.
but
Look
now
like Ben White is a good defender. He's a
I'm,
good defender.
I'm I'm still waiting for City to come in and buy him for 60, and then we'll all be happy.
Oh man. Okay, guys, is Damsgaard's goal could be considered that game of the goal of the tournament so far?
No, not for me.
No,
Not for
Okay,
me.
the
Oh,
people have
I
been talking about it.
I don't know. I don't know what.
Jamal, but I would put. I'm thinking the Pogba's goal. I'm
That's a
thinking
good goal.
Modric's goal.
That's a good
It's
goal too.
also
Uh,
Insigne's goal
and
when he went
Strick.
from the half the line and curled it around.
That's
That
true.
was a
That's
good
a good
one.
goal
Yeah,
too.
that's the other day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
Pogba. Okay,
yeah.
when I look at Damsgaard's goal, I think Pickford could have done better with that. The ball
He
wasn't in
could
the
have done
corner.
better. He
Yeah.
wasn't.
When
It
you look
was
at
No, it
Pogba's
wasn't. It
goal,
wasn't top end.
the goalkeeper was
so
at full stretch. The
it
ball
was
is in
in
the
the
corner.
perfect corner.
That's unstoppable.
Yeah.
It'd be
Agreed.
Pogba or Modric for me.
Yeah, good. The Modric going to the outside of the foot, the way he was able to generate the power that way, that was pretty good though. And the crucial nature of the goal, it needed that won them the game, that put them, into the group stages.
Yeah,
Pogba's goal. I mean, they lost the game. So I mean,
put that right.
no offense. All right, okay. So was the penalty given for England a penalty?
Let Moy answer this. Let's let Moy answer this.
I have to ask it. You know what? I gotta bring the questions. You know how it go. Was the penalty for
I'm
England a penalty?
I'm still looking. I'm still looking to see how they awarded this penalty though. Because
Mm,
even up to today, I still watched it, and I heard Sterling on his interview. He was saying that he was going through, and he felt that the defender touched his foot and kind of pushed him to the other one. I'm still
mm.
watching it, trying to find out where the touch. I can't see it, but as even Seth Gary Neville said,
Yeah, I
he
was gonna
doesn't
quote
think
him
it's a
too.
penalty, but he doesn't care. So
Don't care.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I like his answer to that, to his backup to that, because even the comments were saying that they're so happy that he didn't come and say, "Of course it's a penalty." No, he told him, "Shut up, it's not one." But his point is that he looked back at when Lampard goal crossed the line and then I get nothing. He looked back. He listed a series of times where England get battered and they get knocked out, and he's
yeah,
like, "Look, right? I don't care. It's about time." Favor falling on our side.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what they
This
say.
is about time.
You know how they say refereeing decisions equal out over a season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is
Yeah.
equaling out over over a year.
Yo, England get some serious battle, boy. I remember that Lampard one, though. I personally felt that. I felt it. I'm watching the TV and I'm like, I remember
Yeah.
because I was still living with my parents at the time. I'm shouting at my mom, "It crossed the line." I'm just screaming at the TV, like, what is going on
Yep.
here? How the whole world see this?
And the
And the
referees.
referee don't see it. I just don't understand that. He hurt me, see. Oh, it hurt me, see. Boy, anyway, I'm going back in them days. But yeah, it wasn't a penalty, and so you go, boy, and Harry Kane nearly messed him up and that too with the
I
Morata
tell
and the
you.
Bibles there. I can't
let
believe
me
that, boy.
let
It
me
was such
just
a
say
bad
right
penalty.
here.
Such a bad penalty.
Let me just say that we see how Harry Kane is a Manchester City worthy player. because he
Ah,
don't like to score. He don't like to score penalties, so we have something in common.
Yes, Sterling.
Champions for him. Definitely. Moy, this is for you, Moy. Of course, want to hear everybody's opinion, all right? Outside of future rotation, which Pep likes to do, and due to Sterling's most recent performances, which have been good in carrying England, has Sterling earned the right to be the first name on the team sheet? Has he earned the right?
Okay, let me answer this. I don't know if it's the first name on the team sheet because we're still looking at the likes of De Bruyne, that is crucial in the midfield, and then Ruben
Mm-hmm.
Diaz has risen to the rank of getting Man City defense where it is. But
Mm-hmm.
I think he's one of the first set of names, as I think it's a better way to put it, that will be on the team sheet. And I even though going back to it, as much as I like Sterling, I'm a big fan of Sterling. I think him
Mm-hmm.
getting benched last season was very justifiable. And I think players
Mm-hmm.
like these need to get dropped sometimes to try, make them reflect and, try to get back on the form that it is. But people been forgetting that Sterling is one of Pep's favorite player and how Pep has developed Sterling over the years from since he came to Man City. But for next season, I think he will be back in the starting squad and firing again.
But my Southgate is loyal and he loves Sterling. And in
Yeah.
spite of Sterling's form coming onto the season, he still starts Sterling. Even though some could justify that maybe other players should have started. And Sterling
And keep him
played
on the pitch.
throughout the bad form and improved game after game. Why didn't Pep have the same faith?
Yeah, because I don't know because I think the media has done something to do with Pepper now because all Man City fans have been crying for Foden over and over again. So
Mm-hmm.
Foden had that one little opportunity and he just kept the good run of form. So
Mm-hmm.
it would be hard to just just drop Foden out of there again. But then I remember as I was saying even so before the Euro that I was saying there are set of players that they have their quality, even if they're on their poor run of form, that you're going to
Mm-hmm.
put them in the team and you're going to trust them. And even self with Sterling form, there have been comparisons between Southgate and Pep Guardiola about saying how come, as you said, Pep doesn't trust Sterling like that.
Yeah.
And Southgate has given so much faith in Sterling there. But I'm
Yes.
I'm seeing we saw when Sterling was performing at Man City, he's doing the same thing like what he's doing for England. Getting the
Yeah.
ball when he's on the left, running at defense, causing them troubles with his pace
Mm-hmm.
and his little trickery that he has. He's at his best when he does that. And when he doesn't, we clearly see that it's just a poor drop off. So he just has to be consistent with it.
So does Diaz get dropped?
Who?
Does Diaz get dropped? He had a very, very, some would say he had a poor tournament compared to probably Laporte and probably definitely John Stones in the final. You know, who starts the centre back partnership? You bring back Diaz with his two
No,
own goals?
Ben White.
But Jamal, Jamal, boy, Jamal, I want Ben White time. I want Ben White to start next season. I want him to start.
I don't I don't I
uh,
don't know. I think Ruben Diaz will still get the start because he was
Absolutely.
basically the leader of
mm,
the City defense. But I
mm,
think there's room for I hope no one makes error because persons like Laporte and Ake will be looking
mm.
to, creep into that starting lineup at any time.
I say, okay.
So, what's the boy? What the boy name over again? The Algerian dude. I forget his name.
Mahrez.
All right.
Mahrez. So Mahrez can't start next season. Sterling in form. If you buy Kane, problems. And who else of the Ferran Torres has scored goal. Mahrez on the
Sterling,
bench.
Kane, Mahrez.
There you go. All
Oh,
right.
then get
So,
get
Yeah.
Ben. Josh, Josh, can I just jump in here? I know you're going to switch to the Copa just now, but we have often criticized Southgate,
mm,
and last World Cup he made it to the semifinals. This year he made it to the finals. And they've only conceded one goal in this Euros. Is it about time we put some respect on Southgate's name?
Well, I'm trying to keep United out of this, But if you could put that in Southgate's name, you put that to Ollie's name too. He no win that yet. Southgate no win that yet. That's my try to get in the semifinals and getting knocked out is what I
Don't
got
win
trolled on
nothing.
for the
Right.
whole season. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean,
Well, of
if he
course,
if he lose the
if you
if
win.
he lose the final, yeah. But if you win the
Mhm.
final, then I mean, people kept getting on the man case. How come you didn't start Grealish? Why you start Sterling? And the man win the game with them. So I mean, from that perspective, you have to give him his props. People like Phillips and Rice in the midfield, and
Yeah.
that'll work. And the man, he did what he did, and I think he should get some respect. Dumas?
I don't think they've been properly tested. I haven't seen them come up against a really big team to say, yeah, we're going to be under pressure for 20 minutes. Can we hold out?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they conceded one goal, but can they not
That's a
concede
really
one
good goal
goal
too.
against Italy? We'll see.
We'll see. Which begs the question then, brother. Who wins the Euro final then, in your opinion?
Oh, for me, it's Italy. That's who I want to win. But you know, in how same fashion how Chelsea won the Champions League, I have a feeling England will win the Euros.
I,
Okay, so who you want to
I,
win, who's going to win is two different things. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I
Sharp.
have a question. I have a question there. Are these the two best teams that are at the Euros that are at the Euros this year?
That's
I
true.
don't
Got
think
that one.
so. And that's the thing. That's the issue we have with you know the teams being stacked on one side of the tree. Where the whole side where Italy come from, they had the better teams. So if you had put two or three of those teams on the other side, then we would see the best of the best. But I
I
mean, it's a really good England team, yes. But is it
Right.
better than Belgium, better than Spain, better than France? No, in my opinion.
I think we can say that they're basically the two of the best two defensive teams for the tournament. I think that would
I think
probably be a
Yeah, I
better
was
way
gonna
to
say
put
that.
it.
I was gonna say that.
okay, but
I was gonna say that.
what do you say the two best what? I didn't hear
The
that.
two best,
Defensive
the
teams.
two best defensive.
I mean, I would say that they're the two most consistent team.
Well,
I
That
think the
too.
level from the first game up until they play the semi-final game, they've been consistent. Their
Mm.
performances have been
yep.
consistent throughout.
Mm. Yeah, I was gonna say that what I for me who see football a little different, I like to say that when I look at teams like Denmark and Switzerland, I see a team. I don't see egos. And I think France have the best man for man, but as clear based upon what we see, from the media, maybe the media made it worse than it really is. They usually do. But you hear all the drama. Drew don't like Mbappe. Mbappe has some issue with what Drew would say, he not pass the ball, and then you have issues with Pogba because he not Pavard, and Pavard and like Pogba not track back, and then Varane have to get in between. All in drama, and all these players, man, for man, are so good. And I'm wondering,
All right.
France didn't have that in the World Cup, you know? Everybody
No,
was talking in the World Cup about how Pogba defensive work was so good. You don't hear that in this Euros. You hear the opposite. They hear you not track back and can't do all the work. So I'm just wondering that maybe they're good players, but they're not a good team. I see Denmark work hard in an England game, but everybody do their job. You do your part, I do
And
mine. Everybody a cover. Man who no good tall. Strikers you never hear about. I score goal. And you wonder why? Because everybody have their strengths and weaknesses, and they work together.
and this is why I think when you should credit coaches because you don't just pick the best 11. Okay, you don't just pick the best 11 when it comes to just names. You pick the best
Mm.
11 when it comes to how you want to play the game, how you want to execute this game plan. Because a lot of
Yeah,
people didn't think that like Jamal cited we call it Rice and Phillips in the middle for England.
true.
A lot of
Yeah,
people didn't do that. A lot of people for Italy thought that Chiesa should have been a starter
starter,
from
stats.
the first game. But you see
Yeah,
the coaches using different personnel in different games to achieve what they wanted to, what they want to achieve.
yeah. Unlike when people thought that, with Ericsson out of Denmark, Denmark will collapse. Denmark went
Mhm.
all the way without their best player. So I mean, these coaches, man, these coaches have been doing some good stuff, you know. So Jamal says, he wants Italy to win, but England, he thinks England might just nick it. More, what you say? Who's winning the Euro final?
I'm thinking it's coming home though. Gotta go with England.
I think it's coming home. Shaq,
Yeah, it's coming home. I've said
it's
if
coming
England goes to
home.
the final, it's coming home.
You did say that.
I
You did
mean,
say. I'm big up to
Jamal,
Ireland fans too.
Jamal showed us
Good job.
the test the other day.
Oh,
Jamal
yo,
showed us the test the
let
other
me just talk
day.
Jamal. Jamal, you know what? Thank you for reminding me of that. I was gonna bring it up in the chat, the personal chat. We have personal chat, guys. We discuss things. But I'm gonna say this publicly. Don't send another pregnancy test to my phone. Don't do that,
It
okay?
was,
All right. You're gonna cause marital issues. I don't want to, right?
it was a
Because
COVID test. It was a COVID
you
test.
look like a pregnancy test, right? From afar. My wife looking. I don't hide nothing from my wife, right? So she looking at my phone, wondering who will send me pregnancy test. I'm like, what the heck? Baby, it's all right. Look at the phone.
It's coming home.
Again, she was laughing, we were laughing, but legit though, I was scared though. What the heck? But anyway, yeah. But yes, I think it's coming home though. I do think it's coming home. I've been saying so. When we started this Euro preview, guys, when I asked in this show, could England win it? And then they haven't won it yet, but we all said they could. They have the talent, but they probably gonna get knocked out semi-final. That's what we said. But they made it. They made it. That skill here over here saying it's coming home. Big ups to him as well.
Josh, you talked about the group just now that we have there, boy. That's the only thing skill say in the group. Since we started the group, this is all the man say. It's coming home.
That's so true. All right, but I hope they do. I think they're gonna play their game. I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game, because both teams have such great defense.
I hope
It's
not,
gonna
bro.
come down. Yeah, I hope not too, but I think it's gonna be one of those scenarios where somebody gonna have this type of moment of brilliance in like a 30-yarder, a free kick, a brilliant header off of a set piece. That's just going to be. It's going to be KG because it's just two defensive teams. Halftime.
Bukayo!
Uncle
Halftime.
Russell.
Bukayo!
Yeah, I'm going 1-0 Sterling.
1-0 Sterling.
1-0 Sterling.
That's
Bonucci.
You take Bonucci and Keelan, you can take a 1-0.
1-0 Sterling. I'm telling you.
I say 2-1. 2-1 England.
2-1 England. Okay. Anyone throw any tough there? Maybe 6-6? That'd be great.
As much as I like Josh's prediction, of the Sterling winner, it's good, but once again, there's still a hurricane in the team that the spotlight just happens to just end up and just shines and focus right on him.
It's one of those hurricane moments.
So I think England is going to win 2-1. It's going to be a 2-1 victory. Goals going to be considered.
Fair enough. I see 2-1 is a possibility, just like the last game where it was tight. But the reason why I don't see Harry Kane scoring more is because the only reason why the equalizer in the Denmark game happened is because Harry Kane dropped deep, take that ball and thread it through to Saka, so that then Sterling can then run in. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Harry Kane dropping in deep just keeps happening. So there you go. All right. Monchi here saying Spain for World Cup 2022. All right. Yeah, we'll see.
Pain for World Cup.
Oh, pain. That's what it really is. Okay, we got Copa quickly. Some stuff on Copa. We got 10 minutes. I'm gonna start off with a controversial one. It's Neymar versus Messi. Before I ask you, this is the last question, who's gonna win it? Where is Neymar right now in the world rankings as an individual? At one point in time, you're gonna say Messi, Ronaldo. We're not gonna fight about who's first and second. We're just gonna say the two of them are goats. They're at the top, and then most people would say Neymar's right there. Okay, is that still the case? Is that still the case? Messi, Cristiano, Neymar.
Who? I can't think of any other player that would have a shot.
Struggle.
Maybe Lewandowski.
obviously. I'm just kidding,
Maybe
man.
like
But
Lewandowski would be third. Uh,
Lewandowski,
yeah, that's a Lewandowski before Neymar.
yeah, I hear people saying that he's going to
Listen,
win the Ballon d'Or, and he should.
Nah.
Lewandowski,
Jam-
Yeah, they're saying that the Mueller record-breaking thing gives him the edge over everybody else.
indeed. But if Messi wins the Copa America, I don't know how it's gonna be hard to take it off him.
It's gonna be hard.
He's
It was
he's
gonna be
broken a
hard.
Jamal,
record for Argentina, and he's gonna win a Copa now. None of them
True.
have won the Champions League this season, so
Which is
yeah,
usually the gauge. Which is
yeah,
usually the gauge. Yeah, but true. You're shocked. You say?
Jamal, do you think because Neymar he has been injured
yeah.
a
I do think
lot in the
yes,
crucial points of the season that
Mhm.
took his stock down a bit?
yeah.
You
I do
think so over the years?
injuries hampered his career,
Yeah.
his status as going big. I think that's
But
one of the reasons why he went to France as well. I
Mm.
mean, everybody say, "Oh, yes, to get out of the Messi shadow," but I do think going to France, lesser league, less injuries, but he still picks them up. I mean, imagine if he was playing in England, probably play for 1 month out of the entire season.
come on, bro. But,
I,
but
I
but
gotta throw it.
to be honest, there, but
Sorry, guys.
guys, Neymar is the type of player that when I watch him, I just want a particular camera to just be locked
Mm.
onto that player.
Yeah,
I
he
love his
controls the ball
arrogance.
so well.
Like he doesn't do anything the conventional way. Like we all
Mm.
thought, pass the ball with your arch. But he's like, if I need to make this pass there, I'm gonna use the outside. I was watching the highlights yesterday, some last highlights last night. The ball's come in
Mm.
the air. Neymar needed to make the pass. He made it with his back. Like, like who does these things?
Yep.
I would just
Yeah, I
love to
know.
see Neymar like week in, week out.
I know what you mean. I think he just got into a point where he's played so much football. He's mastered using every part of his body to have perfect control. So he has so many different weapons at his arsenal when he's going to control the ball,
It's the
pass the ball, or
Arsenal.
shoot the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, he has so many weapons. He's not limited to one thing because he's
Yeah.
done all of it so successfully. Skilly here saying here, home is like King Josh to me. You're actually walking, coming down Market Street. Okay, see. Lord of ways. Soon reach, it's coming home. All right, we hear you, bro. We hear you.
Wait,
Munchie here
hey,
saying something.
Yeah,
is
what you
Munchie
watch from
behind?
the beginning? Yeah, you watch it from the
Munchie's
beginning.
seriously behind. I know what Munchie doing here. Munchie,
Like, see,
we can't go back, man. We're going forward. We're finishing the show in 7 minutes. So try to catch up, bro. All right. So, okay, he's not third. Let's say we put Lewandowski third. Neymar's fourth.
Yeah, I'd say Neymar's fourth. I can't.
So
It'd be hard to
he's
say
still,
anyone else in above him.
he's head of anybody in the French squad.
Oh yeah.
What about De Bruyne?
He's ahead of De Bruyne.
In terms of, it depends on how you look at it, because De Bruyne doesn't score as many goals as he does.
Yeah, but assists and
That's what
contribution
I'm
to the
saying.
game.
It's tough to say,
I mean,
but I mean, you want
Okay,
a
Jamal.
game to change? I'd bring Neymar ahead of De Bruyne, to be honest.
Right. So if you have guys, if you have one
depends
spot
how you
on your
want to
team
change the
left,
game.
if you have one
Yeah,
spot on your team left and you're not getting technical, who would you choose?
Also the
Bruyne,
two of them.
100% I choose De
I
Bruyne.
I
That's just
choose.
me.
No, I choose Neymar. Neymar can play that De Bruyne role, and he can play further up.
He can. But I just don't trust Neymar. That's my point.
That's the issue. It's a risk and reward at that point.
All right. Has he underachieved in his career though? Has he underachieved, guys? Has he
Yeah,
done?
I
I
think
say 100,000,000% yes.
he has. Although
I would.
Underachieved.
he's won the Champions League, I do think he's still underachieved.
Yeah, but I mean,
Uh,
when you look at his CV and the things he's won, Shaq has been a very big proponent of individual awards, on the team and so forth. I agree, but at I'm looking at the fact that when you're on the football field and you're doing pick a side, pick the best man for your squad.
Yeah,
all right.
Why
Yeah.
do you pick certain people over other people? Isn't because the people you're picking, you believe, give you a better chance of winning?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay, so based on I like to do things like that. Based on that regard, then when you when Neymar is on a squad, does he make that team better?
Yeah, he does.
100%.
Yep.
Okay. So if that is the case, then on the teams that he's been on, the reason why you have to credit him with the win or the loss is because of the fact that his absence would have also been equally felt, just as his presence as well too. So if Man City are down 2-0, thanks to a Diaz goal in the whatever, and they want to bring on Josh or they want to bring on Neymar, who's most likely going to give them a better chance of winning 3-2? Not me for sure.
I mean, Josh has
You know
been
what
in
I'm
some good
saying?
form, if you're being honest.
That's
I
I
just
ain't
go
lying about
scream at
that. True.
the 2 weeks ago.
I still dream
Sensational.
about that goal. I still dream about that goal there. Good assist though, bro. You gave me that assist though. That was a good assist. Anyway, but the fact of the matter is that, I mean, bringing on Neymar, you would think that I'm bringing on Neymar because Neymar can do something to this game. He can do something that nobody else can do. He's a catalyst to make this thing be different. And I'm just saying that you're on this Barca team that's probably the best team in the world, in history probably. You take him out of that, you carry him over to PSG, and really hasn't done much but win League One. Did he mess up his
my
career?
my thing, my thinking here is, if you want to ask if he's underachieved, I mean, we're looking at him individually. So if we look at him individually, I'm asking you guys a question: has
Mm.
Neymar the individual let you down when you watch him play? When you watch him on the field, has he himself let or has he himself played below his potential? If
But
he
what do
has,
you want though? What do you
then
want though, bro? What do you want? If because I mean I want goals and assists.
right. But for
And
one,
someone else might, okay. But for what?
go ahead, Jamal.
No, but Josh is saying he wants goals and assists, but then someone else might want defensive work and
Stats. Which is my
cohesion in
point.
the team.
Which is my
So
point. Yeah.
it depends on where the level playing field is. But Neymar's 30 next year, hasn't won a Ballon d'Or. He's underachieved.
Fair enough.
That's
I can
the
see that.
bottom line to me.
I can see that.
And
You got
we also know that the Ballon d'Or is rigged.
it is
Yes,
Yeah.
we do
true.
know
Good
that,
point,
but
Shaq.
Because maybe it's arguable he could have won it a couple of times with that Barca,
Yeah, but okay, Shaq, put it this way then.
and
If they
he's been
had
playing
put
with Messi.
if they had another player there, right, and not Neymar, would Barca have won all those things?
Yeah,
yeah, I think they will.
Okay.
have Messi.
So that means as good as Neymar was, his effect wasn't that felt. So then he left to prove that I want the eyes on me for you to see that I can do it. So now
Right.
you show
I
me that
wouldn't.
you have skill. You show me that you can control a ball. You show me you can score spectacular goals. But he's never been class on the level of Messi. But he has the skill to be. Messi would agree with that. Wouldn't Messi say the same thing? I'm sure if you talk to
It-
Messi, Messi would say,
From
Neymar can dribble like me, probably pass like me, shoot like me. But then nobody ever considers him to be on Messi's level. Why?
And then I think yet it goes back to thing because since Neymar, we're watching Neymar from since his Santo days, and
Mm,
these big talks that we've been having. Neymar's finally going to Barcelona,
mm,
and that's the biggest stage you can get as a player,
mm,
and looking at Neymar, you expected Neymar to come out winning a Ballon d'Or already. His
mm,
World Cup year, you expected Neymar to win, the Brazil team to win a World Cup when he
mm,
went down injured. So all these
mm,
things end up and factor into him not winning some of these things. And I think certain things I take away from it is one, the injury, and then him leaving Barcelona
mm,
because of kind of view he had on it because he didn't want to be in Messi's shadow as,
mm,
per se. But then at Barcelona, Neymar was still one of the guys, we know Messi was there. But you wanted to get a game by the scruff of the neck too. You're giving
mm,
Neymar that ball to take on any challenges.
mm,
And one thing I must say I admire about Neymar, we know that he has this bountiful of skill, but you can't just look on him and probably see like, okay, he's full of, that ego, that just
okay.
overtakes him.
Mm,
Because we see, when Neymar is about to have fun, and I think you can only get upset with him when he's playing against your team, you know,
Yeah,
because we
yeah.
see when Neymar starts to laugh and starts to giggle, it's trouble
Or
for
when he,
anybody.
or when he vexed too. When he get vexed, like
Yeah,
he 40 too much
it's
time.
just
Or
fun time.
but do you so Messi mess up his career then? Messi mash up the man career.
I wouldn't say that.
If Messi wasn't a Barca, he would have won all those Ballon d'Ors. If Messi didn't exist, Neymar would have won all those Ballon d'Ors.
No, because Ronaldo existed too.
So Ronaldo would
And
have won
and
all the
and,
Ballon d'Ors.
and,
Messi
and
wouldn't
he,
have won.
this is what I wanted to ask you guys. There is Messi and there's Ronaldo. That's we and did we ever expect? Was there ever a realistic expectation for Neymar to be on that level? If it is, and he's not there, because I wouldn't put him there. Yes, he is underachieved, but I
I
don't
think
think
it.
we
I
ever
think it
put him
is.
on that level. I think he's a level beneath them. I think that's where he is. I think he's done what he has to do.
I think people
True.
thought that at some point he'd get there,
Yeah,
right?
you get there. Yeah. I mean, that's the
Okay.
label we put on everybody. The new Messi, the new Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's the label the media has put in to say, these are going to be the next best players, or they're going to be on that level. But then there's something I saw recently that said getting 20 goals a season was amazing for players, strikers, goal scoring midfielders. 20, 25, that's an amazing return a season. But then you have Messi and Ronaldo who come in and do 40 plus for,
Mm.
multiple seasons. It's
Yeah.
hard to put anybody on their level because you know it's generational. I don't think
So they
we
messed
will.
up the game.
Yeah,
They
they've
messed up the game.
basically they. I won't say they messed it up, but they skewed it in such a way that our
The bar is higher.
expectations now, you know,
But
out
isn't
of
that
this.
unfair? I don't
It
want to go
is.
down this road too far because I mean I watched the video the other day and they asked De Bruyne which is more important to you, a goal or an assist. He says an assist. See if a man have that mentality they're coming into a game and he get 20 assists in a season,
And
how is
he's
that not
happy.
equivalent to 60 goals? You know how hard it is to get 20 assists in a season? I mean, that's a level alien like to do that. I think only persons that have done that so far people like Ozil. And I'm just
Unreal.
making the point, Henry and so forth, then kind of level it. To do that consistently, season after season, I mean, I hear you. I think you're right. They've set the bar high, and they said, Akani here saying Jamal, saying good evening to Jamal, and big ups to Akani. All right. Last two things and we're done, guys. We're almost done. How much of an effect will winning this trophy have on Messi's GOAT status? How much of an effect will winning this trophy have or not win having this good status? Because it's funny now, as I was about to, because we came up with this question here long before, and the ESPN just pop up asking the exact same question on my phone. So I mean everybody's thinking it. If he doesn't win this, it's gonna be like, you haven't won anything for your nation. Maradona did it. You'd
You
have
see,
not done it.
that's where we're comparing him to. We're comparing him to Maradona.
That's the program, and
But
he can't run from it. This is just life. He needs to win some important competition for Argentina to cement that goal status. Does he? Or in people's minds, look, right? He's not gonna hurt his, which is basically what Shaq's face is saying right now. He's not gonna hurt his goal status in any way.
I
Go ahead.
Josh, what I'm thinking is that if we are to take that route and think of it like that, I don't think winning the Copa would give him that status or would cement that status. I think winning the World Cup would have.
Mhm.
I think if you wanted to win something internationally,
Mhm.
Argentina, Brazil, yeah, they're supposed to win. One of them supposed to win this competition.
Yeah.
But then when you look at, I think it's equivalent to, I mean, Ronaldo wasn't on a stacked team when he won the Euro.
No.
But I think, I mean, they're just, we call them confederation competition winning on the
Really?
world stage now. Well, that would be something for me.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, he
Okay.
got to the final. if he gets to the final, he got to the
Right.
final of the World Cup and wins this
Mhm.
one, then what would you say?
Jamal, it doesn't change anything for me, really and truly.
Okay.
Because I keep saying though, guys, if Messi got to the final and we remember that final for the Higuain miss it.
Yeah.
True, but
So
we also
it's
remember.
it's not
We
on the
also
goal.
remember. You, as a Cristiano fan, I have to say this. You know, you also remember
And
that
oh,
he had.
Jack, before you say that, the
You
the,
know what
the,
I'm gonna say
the,
though.
the the Euros that we credited Ronaldo for winning, he was on the bench.
He was out. He was exactly, which is why I don't disagree with you, brother. But I'm just saying that both guys would not have gone to the final. The countries wouldn't have gotten to the final without Messi and Ronaldo. Can we agree with that?
Fair.
Okay, this is where the individual part comes. Their individual brilliance got their teams there. All right, that's why you have to get some kind of individual credit. So that's my point is that Messi is there and he's taking the free kick and he misses the free kick that could have won them the thing. He didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? This is where the goat comes in. You suppose if you're the goat, score the free kick and let's walk away. That's what goats do. Goats take the game by the scruff of the neck and win games. If you have Michael Jordan taking, who's going to take the last shot in a basketball game and expect to score?
Steve Kerr.
I'm just saying. I'm saying if it was the final penalty in stoppage time, you think Messi's gonna go over there and then look at who else is there on the team? Aguero,
No,
like
Messi,
Aguero,
Messi would take it.
take the penalty.
I-
But and if you miss it, whose fault is that shot?
If he misses, it's on him. No
It's on
doubt,
him.
it's on him.
Just like, oh, it was Morata's fault. And if he misses it, it's his fault.
It's your
But
fault.
okay,
Take
but
credit.
Josh, right? That's what I'm saying. If Messi misses the penalty to win the competition, that's on him. But not if Higuain's play to clear on goal and missing the chance. You can't want to call out the goat for that.
No, you can't call it a go for that. You're right. You're right. You really can't call it. Just like you can't give Cristiano the credit for Edu, is that his name's goal? When he scored the goal.
Yeah,
In
Eddie,
the last Euro.
Eddie or
Eddie,
something
look
like
at him.
that.
Yeah, something like that. Cristiano didn't score it, but hey, who knows? All right, last, who wins Copa? Who wins Copa? Who wins Copa?
Ooh, I love Neymar so much, man. I would love to
Brazil
see that.
winning. Messi crying again. Brazil winning. Fred the ball now. Fred in the midfield. All the Fred. Where is that? All the Fred haters. Man. This is the highlights of Fred. Fred look good, boy.
Ah, boy.
I tell you, boy. Football a crazy sport. It is. All right.
I think
What I say?
Argentina. For me, I want Argentina to win it because Neymar has another chance, but
True.
Messi doesn't. So
He
I want
doesn't.
Argentina to win it, but it's just like the Euros. I feel like Brazil will win it.
It's being played in Brazil as well. The Copa is in Brazil, right?
Yeah.
That's always at Wembley. My
Brazil
goodness.
gonna knock them a nice. I mean,
I
there can
think
be goals in
Brazil
this
will
game.
win. But
There's goals in this game for sure. This is not gonna be no cagey game. There's gonna be goals in this game.
I expect a red card as well.
Yep.
surely,
Right about
one in
that.
Argentina might get the red card, of course.
More than like 2-1 Brazil. Neymar's gonna score. Messi's gonna score, and somebody else, is gonna do a tap in or something. It's gonna happen. All right, 2-1. That's why I say. Where's it, Moy?
Ah,
Yo, they're struggling.
I mean, I'm the same like Jamal. I really want Argentina to win this because of Messi finally getting an international trophy. But then you're looking at Brazil, and Neymar. But I'm gonna go with Argentina. I think Messi can finally do
Okay,
it.
that's who you want or who you expect. They're two different things, bro.
Okay, I'm picking them to win. That's my pick. Argentina.
yeah, I'm going Argentina.
Argentina. Jamal, Argentina.
Argentina as well. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm outnumbered tonight. Any fans before we close our thoughts on that? I can't hear saying it'd be a big plus, but Messi is still exceptional even without the trophy. Nobody's doubting the exceptionality of it. It is just that if he wins it, based on the panel tonight, if he wins it, everybody's going to be saying this cements his status. Cements it.
Nothing.
There's no doubt
Not
now.
No.
Because they know the Messi fans like Shaq and then the Cristiano fans like me, and there's everybody else that's like, they're both great, and then this, they're not like for sure now, Messi's ahead. It's like, is it? Because if he's for sure he's ahead, then if he loses it, then we'd be behind. So I mean, like, work out here for me. All right, so
No, but
we'll see.
I don't say no. Messi is the wrong goat now.
He the rap goat. He can't have
He's
two
the
rap
wrong
goat now.
goat.
He can't have two
Not,
rap goat now.
no man, not in the same pen.
That's why
I
did I
fight
say
is
pen?
that.
Some people, I've
that.
heard so many analogies. I pick here talk about Cristiano is the best player in the world, but Messi is out of this universe or something or the other, alien.
Yeah,
So,
look, I could agree. I could agree. Look, just give these two players world class.
Yeah.
Just even world class. They're above world class.
They're above world class. They've done it for too long, too consistently to be compared to anybody else. Dale Thomas, Munchie says he's getting prepared for preseason to retain my BPL trophy.
No, we don't even know what Munchie's talking about, bro.
It's Munchie so far behind.
I don't know. I'm assuming it's Messi he's talking about.
I think he's talking about Diaz. I think it's Diaz.
Yeah, Diaz, yeah.
Probably. You know what? You see, I don't even know.
But it's half a long yard.
That skilled Fred for president. Messi crying again. I mean, boy, Fred go pocket Messi. Let's tell you something. Mark him.
Pocket.
Brazil, Italy from Memphis. And here I'm still live in case anyone was wondering. Why would we assume that? I don't know.
Why would we care? Is what I'm asking.
Anybody was wondering about that?
Oh boy!
I didn't remember you, Memphis.
Oh man, y'all leave Memphis alone. Leave people from Memphis do something crazy. Anyway, but still though, we got through a lot, but we got through all of it. And so, guys, definitely. Saturday is at 8:00 Atlantic Standard Time for our local fans. Make sure you check out the Copa America, and on Sunday at 3 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time is when you will have the Euro final. So 2 good games back to back. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it's coming home to Rio de Janeiro, where it ought to be, and I tried to do a little thing there. We'll see how that works. All right, but we'll see how that works. And the other way, remember saying stop the cap. I don't know, young people in the solo cap thing. All right, but all right. So thank you guys for the show tonight. Thank you everyone for all their comments and what they said. And we look forward to watching the games in the weekend, of course. Share, like, subscribe, tell other friends. Find somebody before Sunday to go and subscribe. Tell them go and subscribe. Tell them find somebody. Y'all hear me? Find someone. Say, hey, go support Island Fans at our YouTube page. And have a good night to all you fellas. Thanks again, and good night.
Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans, for the passion of the game.